Hi, thank you so much for joining me for today's video, and today I'm going to be documenting some photos from James's rugby presentation evening in November this year. I'm using Vicki Boutin's Print Shop, and I'm finally using this beautiful circle paper that I've wanted to use forever, and then my lovely friend Julie Taylor used it recently on a layout, and that was the prompt that I needed to get it used. So first of all, I wanted to cover this gold strip on the right hand side. I wasn't quite happy, it was actually at the bottom of the paper, but I've turned it on its side. I wasn't quite happy with the big piece of gold when I wanted it mostly to be teal on this layout. So I've just covered a lot of that up, not quite all of it, but a lot of it up with this torn strip of paper. And then I used my sewing machine to add some texture, get that sewn down, and also a few circles of black stitching around the teal circle on the pattern paper. So now you can see I've pulled out a load of pieces from the Papyri pack and also the ephemera pack, and I'm just having a play to create a lovely big photo mount underneath these two photos. So I've got a photo of James standing up in his formal trousers, shirt and the club tie at home before he left, and then a photo that Ross sent me of him being presented with his award that he won this year. Couldn't be more proud. It was an amazing achievement. Sadly, Amelia and I were just exhausted. We'd had a really busy week. It was my 50th birthday 2 days before. I'd rubbed quite a sore blister on the back of my foot, and we were going to walk up to the presentation, and Amelia had had quite a few things going on at school and she was shattered. So we decided that we'd sit this one out. The boys were happy going because they know all the other people. Ross goes to watch all James's matches, so he was more than happy to just take him up there and have a fun social evening. So we were kept informed of what was going on, and then we're absolutely thrilled when we found out that James had won the Clubman Award. And the Clubman Award goes to the person, it's the player's player, somebody you want to have on your team who turns up every week, is always there, is always a team player, never looking after himself but checking that everybody else is okay. So we were really proud that he got this award. So just going through, as I say, going through all the ephemera pieces, and I really like this flag that says awesome photo, so I wanted to add that. And you can see that predominantly I've gone for the blue tones in this collection, with a little bit of the peachy pink, just to give a bit of variety. I love that big camera from the die cut pack, so that's gone in the bottom left hand corner, and I'll mount that up on foam shortly. And that circle in the bottom right hand corner is actually the backing of a die cut from one of the ephemera pieces that I kept hold of, and tucked under there you can't see where the die cut was, so that works really nicely. Now this tiny little word phrase that I've got on here, it says on this day, and that's actually from the typeset paper, and I've just cut it out and stuck that down. It's amazing, if you have a look through papers, it's amazing what you can cut out to use as embellishments on your layouts. So now I'm just going round very carefully, peeling up the edges of things, gluing them down, because I've got everything positioned more or less as I want it. So I don't want to start messing around and ruining that. So I do lift up the photo because I know that I can get that back to where it was, but then you'll see as I carefully peel everything up and place it back down again. So I'm just going to use my T-ruler to check that everything is straight before I carry on here. And then the sticking down will commence. And you have to be a bit careful using wet glue with these Papyri pieces because they are very, very thin, but the glue tends to go underneath other layers anyway, so it doesn't warp. It's fine. So just checking that everything's straight before I carry on, because where these are printed and layered, you forget which pieces are just one piece and which pieces are attached to other pieces. So it's just making sure that everything is straight. And this piece I wasn't sure, but I really wanted to show that stitching at the bottom, so I decided to line it downwards rather than upwards, and it works really well in the end because that's where I put my title, across the bottom there. So, and I'm going to add some wax string to that, wax thread to those tags that are poking out. Just getting everything down first of all. They're his coaches, the man on the left and the man on the far right of the photo, and then the lad who stood next to him is I think he's about 18, and he's one of the young coaches as well, so it's nice to have a picture of all of them for his album. So just using another one of these documented tabs. I feel like I've had 1,000 of these in this set already. This papyri paper piece, it just keeps giving and giving. I cannot believe how much I've got left. I think you'll be seeing a lot of print shop layouts coming up because I treated myself to the paper pad as well, so I've got a huge amount of stuff to use. Not that I'm complaining. So just checking that everything's stuck securely, and then I will stick this down as a whole mat here. There we go. So just going, and you can see how the paper has wrinkled a little bit on the back there, but as I say, because it's underneath the other layers, you don't notice it, so it's absolutely fine. And you can see this pattern paper really does all the work for you. All I've done is create a mat of embellishments. That's pretty much the layout done. So I'm just going to come in now, as I say, with these 25mm sticks to foam pads, just to raise this camera up, and these are absolutely fantastic for using on big pieces like this. So just pulling off the backing and then getting that stuck down. And I've also pulled out this washi tape sticker of ink splats, just to bring those ink splats over onto the right hand side, because they're all down that left hand side, and I just wanted to give a nod to them on the right here. And then I realised I'd forgotten to put this flag saying True Story on, so just trying to work out exactly where to put it. I end up layering it over like that. I seem to be bringing more and more onto my photos again. It was a trick that I used to use a lot in the early days of scrapping, and I sort of moved away from it. I seem to be back on it again now. If there's white space in the photo, then cover it. So here I am with this wax thread. I had a question for one of my friends asking which size I use. It's 0.5mm wax thread that I use, and I've just got a few different colours, not hundreds, but just colours I felt would work with the colours the colour palettes I enjoy working with. So this teal works really nicely with this paper, and then just adding a dot of glue here just to hold those threads in place. So all that's left now is a little bit of journaling and the title. I'm just messing with the threads to check that I'm happy with the positioning. So pulling out these Bella Boulevard Florence stickers that I've had in my stash for a little while. This blue works really nicely with the blues in the True Story flag, and also it's the club colours, so I wanted to use a navy blue. So I'm just spelling out Clubman 2022, which is the award that James received. And I start on this white paper because I was worried it was going to be hidden, but then I do actually move the whole title up so that it goes on just underneath the photo mats, and it works really nicely there. So here I am moving it up. I won't make you watch everything, but there it is. And these letters are lovely because they're all different sizes, so you don't have to worry about being too precise with it. So now I'm going to come in with the journaling, and it's just saying the award that he's won and what it means. And then a final look through to see if there's anything else that I can add. I wanted to put something in his top right hand corner. I felt that it was very empty up there, so just looking for a few pieces to add there. So first of all, I use half of this washi circle, so I'll cut that in half, and then this semicircle saying this is from the chipboard sheets, so I layer that up there, and it just brings that diagonal in from the bottom left where the camera is to the top right up there. I just felt it finished everything off. So just sticking that down and then using some glue to make sure that the chipboard sticks properly. And then I want a few more bits and pieces, so I find a little gold chipboard circle on this chipboard sheet, and then I'm coming in with my hole reinforcer punch to add some black. So I just do two of these, one at the top there and one at the bottom left, And then I wanted to add some black ink splatters, a bit more to that white, but not too obvious. And then I suddenly remembered I've got Nouveau in black. So I come in with some Nouveau crystal drops and just add some of these scattered around the page, and that really finishes it off. And that's it. So I shall leave you with some close-ups shortly. Thank you so much for joining me for today's video. I really hope you've enjoyed it. Please do give me a like and subscribe if you're enjoying my films. And I shall be back again very soon with another one for you. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.